Listen and subscribe to The Table of Truth on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, and Google Podcasts.
All right, gang, welcome to another episode of The Table of Truth. I'm your host, Cameron, a.k.a. Woko Kaje, with my other guest host.
What? Yo, I don't know how to follow that. What up, y'all? It's Dwayne, a.k.a. RJ Barrett, a.k.a. the Knicks are back.
Dave took my shit.
Yo, what up? OG of the pod. Paul Phoenix live and direct, coming in with no name because I ain't got nothing for you today. Check back, maybe like 40 minutes. I have a name for you. Yeah.
Popey Vision? Not Popey Vision?
Yeah, Pope Face Killer.
Well, that was pretty good. That was pretty good, yo. Well, you know, I'm Pope Belly to Don Spiritual Lyric.
And last but not least, the closer. What's up?
Yo, fellas, family, what's good? This is Ant. I'm back. D took my Nick shit, so Danny Jones, man, let's go. Danny Downs all day. Fuck it, yo. I keep it like that, man. Keep it simple.
You still rep the Knicks, man. You still rep the Knicks.
Oh, Knicks all day. We're gonna get into
Anthony
that.
Randall.
Yo, Pat Ewing, man, forever, man. All day.
we will get into that for sure. We will touch on the Knicks in due time. Fellas, it's 2021. The month is March, and I guess we're coming up on a whole year since the COVID shutdown happened. How y'all feeling? How y'all been this whole year? Or you guys taking the vaccine?
Yo, hold on. Before you say that, why you say COVID with air quotes, yo?
You did?
Shit.
The air quotes, I didn't see the air quotes, yo.
Hey,
he
but
had it in his voice, though. He didn't do it. He had it in his voice. It was like the COVID shutdown on some Fox. You on Fox News now? Let me find out you switched jobs.
Are we shut down?
We were?
Okay, that's what I said. That's what I said like that. Not everybody believes this is a shutdown. It's not saying that COVID ain't real. It's the shutdown. Do we believe we having a shutdown? Because half of us don't. So we are, right? What's that?
In Texas, Florida?
Yeah, they don't believe in a shutdown.
Yo,
but yeah, it's been a year. I've been working from home for a year. It's been a. Go ahead, Ant.
Now you can go, Cam. Get it now.
Ant, can you hear us? All right.
Yeah, I can hear you.
I was gonna say it's been a year, and all right, good to know. It's been a year since I've been working from home, and there's been some positives and some negatives about it, man. I'm not gonna lie. Working from home has kind of been a gift and a curse. Part of me is like, do I want to go back to work? Kind of, because I don't like having my work at home, but I'm saving gas, having that family bonding time and whatnot, and trying to get this vaccine, man. It's crazy. I don't know. I'm going to take the vaccine, but I want to hear you guys' thoughts on it and whatnot. You guys down for the vaccine, and how's this first year of being on lockdown with COVID's been treating y'all?
Pope, you want to go first?
You always make me go first, so let Ant go first so you can get his delayed talking. Yo.
Word.
Yeah, go ahead, Ant.
Yoda.
Yeah. All right. Well, as for the COVID, we're gonna get that out the way real quick. COVID for me has been a little crazy for my family. I lost my aunt, I lost my two cousins, and I lost one of my first cousins 2 weeks ago to COVID. So I ain't really have a good year with COVID last year.
Damn.
Kind of rough for me. So I just can't. I'm definitely getting the Johnson & Johnson immediately. I'm already spoke to my doctor. I'm locked in. So I'll be an X-Men in a few more weeks, yo.
Yeah. I mean, yo, I'm sorry to hear. I didn't know you lost all those people to COVID, man. That's just crazy, yo. I know you lost one or two, but not that many, yo. Like I've been fortunate. I haven't lost anybody really to COVID. I've been able to work from home since day one, and I was able to save some bread. I got. It's been good, man. I was able to do a lot of shit since we went into this lockdown. It changed a lot of my perspective on a lot of things. and it opened my eyes to what is more important in life. And I see a lot of things just differently now. As far as the vaccine, I have to be honest, like I'm on the fence, yo. Like part of me is like, nigga, it's a vaccine for a disease, go take that shit, you know. But then on the other hand, it's the hand that's been reading my entire life and watching the world and knowing how the US doesn't give a shit about people in general. And if they don't give a shit about people, they definitely don't give a shit about black people. So it's like I'm always concerned about what that vaccine really is, you know. Like, is it the cure? Is it something that's going to help us? Is it something we're going to have to take every year? It's going to become like the flu shot, which I don't get either, and I've been good. So it's like I'm just kind of I'm on the fence right now. What about
Yeah.
you, D?
Uh, Same in terms of work. Been working from home since day one, and it's been cool. Is I do miss the ability to kind of move around. You know what I mean? Just
Mm-hmm.
like being active. Like I don't like sitting down all day, so I have to like schedule walks. And when I don't have those walks, I feel like just sluggish and uh, I don't know, just like a slob, yo, like Jabba the Hutt. But besides that, like working from home is cool, saving a lot of money. I agree with what Cam said in terms of like having your work. There's no balance now.
Mm-hmm.
Like work,
Yep.
home and work is the same thing, and it's like people kind of take advantage of that. You'll get like a text or a call at a certain time, and they expect because you're around. So that shit's kind of whack. But in terms of the vaccine, hell no, I ain't getting that shit, yo.
Why?
Not, huh? Why?
Why? Yeah.
Um, Johnson and Johnson, people who are making baby powder and knew that there were issues with it, are one of the leaders of creating a COVID vaccine. I just don't trust the government. I don't trust anything, to be honest. I'm really skeptical about stuff like that.
Hmm.
So I'll keep my distance. I'll mask up, but taking the vaccine, I'm not doing that anytime soon. Unless that
Go ahead,
shit
Ant.
becomes mandatory,
Yeah.
then I'll
Go ahead,
leave.
Ant.
My only thing is I don't know why a lot of people are paranoid. We've been going to the doctors for like since people were born. I ain't never questioned a doctor from a shot then. I ain't gonna question them now, especially when your life's on the line. So, but I understand people's concerns, but I'm not gonna question somebody with 7 master's degrees and tell them that I don't believe it. So I'd rather believe that than somebody on a website saying it's fake. That's just my take.
I'll just say Tuskegee experiment, and what doctors do is called practice. So you ain't
I
practicing
mean,
with me.
that
I'll
was
take
it.
my
I mean,
CMOS, take my elderberry. I'm good.
I feel
Tuskegee
you.
experiment. Look it up.
But I ain't never heard
Hey,
nobody drink no
both both
cranberry
both
shit
points
with
are
COVID,
valid.
yo. So
Fair point, Ant. Fair point. I
I ain't
mean,
say
like I
cranberry
said,
juice.
we can all sit here and say that, yeah, being black and having a history of being experimented on and having malpractice, it's fair game to question whether you want to take the vaccine. I have elders in my family who lived through that experience and been traumatized, so I can understand the empathy. But there's on the other side, it's like, man, you know, I get sick. I want something to help me take care of. When I get bronchitis, I'm not gonna say I'm gonna smoke a blunt and drink some orange juice and be like the bronchitis is gone. Now I'm gonna get some medicine to get it because I don't like coughing up a lung, literally.
That's what Ann would do. So
So there's two sides of every coin. I'm gonna get it. I got relatives that want to see my granddaughter, so it's a different situation. It's case by case. And Pope mentioned something about getting back to like normalcy. Like I want to get back to, if this is gonna help us get back to normal and shorten the lockdown or whatever, then I'm all for it. But I totally understand where you're coming from, Dwayne, of being skeptical and hesitant, and it's valid. And that's not to say that each one of us, for those that don't want to take it, are still not practicing the procedure of just keeping social distancing, wearing a mask. That's not to say we're anti-vaxxers. It's just we just don't want to take the vaccine, but we're still going to be safe about it. We're going to go about our days being precautious and whatnot, and not trying to put anybody else in danger because one of us doesn't want to take the vaccine. It's understandable. I can't knock the hustle. It's just interesting to hear, especially being black. It's a different conundrum with us, especially taking medicine that's foreign to us because of history. We don't want to say this is the Tuskegee experiment, but it does play in the back of our minds, and that's understandable. And then, Ant, I'm gonna get to you 1 second. With Ant's side being close, having relatives being very affected, he's gonna think of a lot differently. So
Yeah.
there's two sides to every coin. I'm gonna let Ant go ahead. Go ahead, Ant.
Yeah, and even my social life too. Like, yo, I haven't had a haircut in over a year. Like, my hairline's on suicide watch. I gotta get a tattoo across my hairline to cover up the scars I got across my hairline. That's how bad this shit is. But that's the risk. That's the shit that I'm gonna take because this shit is crazy. So I don't. Even this summer, I'm gonna relax, lay low. Holla at me in 2022, man. I'm quiet for this year.
Yo, so it's a couple things. One, like I
Here come
told,
Poe with the Clippers talk.
yo,
Here
buy some
comes
fucking clippers, yo. Learn how to cut your hair, man.
I am. I do.
I told Cam that day 4, yo.
Yo, man,
Say-
that's all me, Pope. That's
Yo, you
all
let
Whoa,
me, you
me.
let
whoa,
me,
whoa, whoa.
Poe,
That's all me,
yo,
Pope.
what's good, man?
That's all me, Baldy.
That's good, B. That's some good.
Compliment and an insult.
Yo, it's the guy with no hair imploring us to go
Yeah, you know what I'm
use our
saying?
own clippers to cut our own hair.
This is Pope right
This is
here,
my own
yo.
beard, B. Don't sleep with me. I cut my own beard, B. The other thing I was gonna say.
Pope trying to set us up. People trying to set us up all last year.
Yo.
Get them clippers, B.
What I'm saying, besides the Clipper shit, is that only thing they don't talk about is like, yeah, everyone is supposed to get the vaccine, and I'm cool with that, yo. If you decide to get the vaccine, there's no shit where I'm like, oh, you fucking dumb for taking the vaccine. Yo, that's decisions you make for your own self. That's cool, And if I decide not to get it, that's my own decision too. But what they're not saying is, I've never heard them say, yo, if you get the vaccine, you are immune from catching COVID ever
100%.
again.
Word.
Like they have not said that once. So it's going. I'm feeling like it's going to become a thing where we're going to have to get this vaccine shot every year.
I
You know,
mean,
and
obviously, there's money involved. It's just the medicine field. It's gonna be
like
a thing where they're gonna have to make money. So
and the Western medicine technique is never the cure. Is the placate. Is the soften the blow over time instead of trying to figure out a way to cure it. In the past we did that shit with like polio and all these other diseases that we knocked out, like measles and shit. Like that shit was a one shot deal, and you become immune to it. And now it's like, oh, you just take this for right now.
see you
They
in
said
6 months.
like I've heard like the vaccine is going to protect you for like 3 to 4 months, and then you might have to get a re-up. And I'm not saying that like that's not a reason not to get it or nothing. Again, you make your own decisions. But I'm waiting and seeing what it is. And as I travel through the city and I go places, like I protect myself. I put the fucking bubble on. I wear the rubber shoes. I got the gloves. I got the fucking Ryu headband. I wear all this shit, yo. But at this moment, I'm being precautious. You know, that's the best thing I could do right now. Is just be precautious. As much as I've been during this whole fucking pandemic, yo.
One could argue and say, why not take another precaution? It doesn't hurt to have extra insurance. There's also the sense of like, I do agree with you that this may become the flu. I got you, Ant. And we're going to be more socially accepting of how COVID is. We live with COVID now, like we live with the flu. And I think there's going to be a culture shift within the workplace. Like when you get sick at the workplace now, it ain't like, oh, I'm going to just work through it. No,
Take
take
your
your
ass
butt
home.
home. Yeah,
Hmm.
I
Oh
think the
yeah.
mindset behind that is going to change, and they may even have like a special like COVID sick time because you know how we live in America and people are hesitant to take sick time. Now it's a little bit more. I think it should be a little bit more looked
Yep.
upon differently. Like if you're sick, just be home, take care of yourself, come back when you're healthy, and don't feel the pressures of your job. And I'm just speaking on that granular term, but
But
I
even
think it's going to be some changes happening culturally in the mindset too.
But even that, and I'll let Ann talk after this. Like even that idea is classist to a certain extent because certain jobs are going to have more leeway when it comes to you being sick. In other jobs, they're just going to have a fucking section of the fucking office where you got to be sick and work at, yo. Like factory jobs, niggas is in the warehouses. Them niggas is
Retail.
working no matter what, yo.
Hmm.
But we all of us are here. Except I don't think Ant works in the office, but we all in the office. So we got our biggest issues, like we may get paper cut or we can't get on the Wi-Fi. But everybody else, like these dudes are literally pissing in bottles so they can make their quota for the day. Like they still not gonna have the same liberties that we have, yo. So it's just like I hear you, but like, how is that really gonna affect the larger country? Because this country just doesn't give a shit about anybody, yo, unless it's making money. Go ahead, Ant.
Yeah, I totally agree. But like I've been working on sites outside, more construction atmosphere, and we got to split up into teams. Like it's so weird now and out of whack. Everybody, some people don't want to wear masks. Some people do want to wear masks. And here's my thing with the mask issue: if you don't want to wear a mask, and if you get sick, go get a fucking chair, go lay down and get out of here, man. And don't, cause I hate when people preach about this is fake, but when they shit is about to fall out, they going to the doctor. You know what I'm saying? So I don't ask them for help. So if you can prevent the shit,
Mm-hmm.
then do it. But as far as the vaccine, if you don't want to do the vaccine, just keep that mask on, man, until further notice. That's my only thing. Don't walk outside like everything is normal, and it's not normal.
Call
Like
me
I
the
know a lot of people
Mandalorian,
now.
B.
I know a lot of
See
friends
that
now talking
that
about,
shit
yo, I'm
goes
going
hand
to,
in hand.
yeah. I know a lot of people now. I'm going to Mexico this year. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. All right, man. When you become a taco, don't go to the doctor, man. That's all I'm saying, yo, because you knew the risk.
Yes.
Yeah, like I know people talking about going to Colombia in July, for let's make up last year trip and whatnot. All the birthdays we missed. Let's go to Colombia and party out. And I'm like, I want to travel, but
I could wait.
it's kind of weird, B. It's kind of weird, yo. I know it's cheap, yo, 250 round trip, but
Yeah, I think it's gonna come down just to like when we feel okay, it's gonna be here. We're gonna have the vaccine. So if you get it, you can just go get the vaccine real quick. Because right now, one of the biggest problems is just trying to get a vaccine shot. And not
hmm
everybody can get it. It goes to first, elderly folks and people on the front lines that's working. Like if I was still working at Pepsi, I know I
And
would have
high
been.
risk.
And I can totally empathize. Yeah, I was working in a warehouse and I was a merchandiser going into them stores. So, you know, this goes into another argument about why we shouldn't be at work, and this falls on the government
hmm
giving us enough money to sustain so we can all be on lockdown. Because you're right, Pope. I am speaking from a place of privilege, and I feel bad when I say people should stay home because not everybody's me working from home, working for a tech company. Like I used to be on the other side, working the
hmm
field, going into these public places, so I can empathize. And if I have to go to work, I didn't mean it like that, but you get what I'm saying.
Working the field like you get
Yeah,
lashed, yo.
yeah. If you hear me singing, as you know, it's hard work, bruh. So, but anyway, there's two sides to every coin. So, like, I'm not here to say one side is right, one side is wrong. It's just your experience. You know what I'm saying? Like me and uh, Aunt have seen it up close in a different view and a different lens, and we feel a certain way, and you guys feel a certain way based off history and your own experience, and to each his own. But I think at the end of the day, we all in agreement that we are taking the necessary precautions to be as safe as we can. It's just
Yeah,
the
Yep.
shot we
I
kind
don't
of
think
differ
we're
on.
saying we're not in here saying it's not real. We're walking around calling it like I wear a mask every time I go out, everywhere I go. So I'm not doubting the disease is out there or the. But in terms of the vaccine, it's more of a wait and see approach. I'm saying no right now. So that's
Yeah,
that's just my viewpoint today.
yeah, same thing. Like I'm not. At no point am I saying I'm not getting it, but I'm also saying like I might not take it. So I want to see what happens going forward, and then I can make a decision on it, yo.
Word.
And if,
Oh
if later
shit, you
on,
got a third leg? Oh man, how that happen?
Yo, if you see me grow
Okay,
whiskers, you know what's up. You
word.
know what happened.
I mean, if
Word.
later on, Dwayne, like you decide to get it, then that's just the decisions you make. Like I'm not gonna be like, yeah, nigga, you said you wasn't getting it, bitch ass nigga. Why you changing your mind? Like, all right, you made it. You got some new information, yo. You decided it was
Yeah,
better for you to do it. You know
Go ahead,
what
Aunt.
up, man?
live on the scene.
Yeah, like, and I'll chime back to my cousin. Like, I'm diabetic and I'm high risk, and my cousin who passed away, has asthma. So the COVID triggered his asthma attack at night, and he
Mm,
instantly suffocated and choked. He looked like he died horrible. So when I see stuff like that, and then I
damn.
talk to my doctor straight up told me, if you get it, the risk for you, it ain't good. Even with you doing good with your health, with diabetes, with this right now, the only thing we have for you is to take the vaccine because we have no other answers. So when I get a hard statement like that, and then 2 weeks ago I had to see my cousin, bury my cousin, and he was good, taking his medicine, and then just that one COVID, he was out of here. So like I said, like it's almost like what the fuck do I do? Take the risk or take the shot and try to survive, you know? So it's very difficult. It's like almost like I can't even think about it no more. Like I have to get it, you know? So it's crazy.
Yeah. And the thing is, and like that's what's best for you and your family, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And it's
Mm-hmm.
not. And I think the problem with our society is that we tackle situations when it comes to things like this. We only look at it from our point of view, and if you're not doing what we think what we would do, then
You're
you're
wrong.
doing it wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's not
Yep.
the case. Like we all, like the three of us, me and Dwayne, we all grew up in the same neighborhood for a long time. We lived in the same building for like a decade plus, and then after that, like we all came out looking at the world differently. We all explored the world differently. We all did the same thing, but we came from the same ground. But we all have different viewpoints, and we all got to understand that our lives are not the same. So whatever
Mm-hmm.
you decide is best for you and yours. Like this, like I got no say in that shit. Just like if I
Mm-hmm.
showed up with a pink mohawk beard, y'all niggas be like, yo, Pope, what the fuck you doing? I'm like, yo, this is the phase I'm going through. This is just what I gotta do. I gotta take the heat, but it's just still a decision I made for myself, yo.
I remember that time you came to work with them USB braids. I was like, yo, man, you got USB extensions in your hair, man.
Hey, we're
Probably
gonna have
roast
to.
you for a good 48 hours, man.
Hey, we're gonna have to talk offline about that story.
Yo, everything's fair game, man. We went through a lot of phases growing up, B.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I went through
Ain't that the
the
truth?
dye your hair with peroxide phase, so I can't talk.
Oh, I tried, yo. I believe for 1 second I thought I was gonna have red hair, yo. That shit turned orange. I let that shit rock for one day. I was like, nope.
Man, I I look like a
Mm.
burnt penny. Go ahead, Aunt.
Yo, real talk, Pope. This is the only time where I'm with a bunch of group of people and everybody got hair. Half my friends are bald already, Pope. Like it's 98% where these don't got hair. Like this is the first time in a group
It's true.
I see two people with braids and I got a Caesar. It's a beautiful thing, man. It's a beautiful thing. There's hope.
It's beautiful for you. Let me tell you about my life. Fucking chrome dome, B.
That orange shit fucking ruined your follicles or whatever it was, yo.
You know, we all go
You,
through phases, yo.
That
We
sulfur
do wild
etc. hair
shit, yo.
crease, man.
one of your brothers is a vampire with his hair. The other one is Moses, yo. Yeah, you should have luscious hair right now, Pope.
You wanna try a
Yo,
Capcom
all I can
spray?
say is that I lived a stressful life, yo.
Oh, my fault. That was Square. What Square do? Oh, sorry, Square soft.
Yo,
Astaroth
you
lotion.
press up, down, down. You supposed to be left, right, then AB.
Bruh.
This shit don't got AB in it.
I seen a tweet. I seen a tweet talking about why these 30 plus, 40 plus men having braids. And I'm like, my barber raises prices. Like, it's COVID. Like,
That's true too.
yeah. I didn't get my soul glow. You know what I'm saying? So
Yo,
speak.
I was in
Go
the
ahead.
city. I was in the city like maybe 2 weeks ago. And I was going somewhere, and I saw a dude in a van. He had a barber van, yo, with like a plastic tarp, and he was cutting dude's hair on the street, yo. I was like,
Damn,
that's a dope idea, yo.
it's good
Pull
hustle
up,
Yeah,
too.
my barber,
yeah, you just
my
pull
barber
up,
tried to ask
cut
me,
a
yo,
dude's
Aunt,
hair,
can I
kick
come
him
to your
out,
crib?
drive
Like,
off.
fuck out of here.
And
Yo,
Embiid and
and
Simmons, their barber gave them COVID, so
Yeah,
you
there's
gotta be
that.
careful with them. You gotta be careful with the barbers, man.
Yeah.
yo, you gotta get like cut a hole in your door to stick your head out.
Nah, yeah,
Joe,
I,
you get the Joe Pesci, yo.
yeah.
Hell no, yo.
Nah, I'm good. Go
Zeke.
ahead, Ant. You got it.
Yo, real quick. I felt bad. My barber called me up, right? He like, hey, how you doing? How's life? So I'm like in my head, motherfucker. Get to the point, man. You wanna cut my hair, don't you? He's like,
What
hey,
is
man.
it?
So you need a haircut? I say, yo, what happened?
I mean, we all need a haircut, but I ain't trying to get. I just want hair off the top, not anything else. I don't want you to cut my life short or anything like that. I'm cool.
No, and I was saying you. Oh, he took his headphones off. Yo,
Yeah.
lap. I was saying. I was saying your barber. When your barber called you, you was saying, "What is it, yo?" Like, get to the point. Pause.
Yeah. So he tells me,
Niggas risking it
hey,
all for a
so
hairline, yo.
he asked me about how's life. So who's been cutting your hair? I say, yo, man, me. He go, word, how's it going? I said, listen, my shit it looks like a Rubik's cube. It looks like the Matrix. It looks like the Labyrinth all in one. So I'ma holler at you in 2022, one, yo. And left it just like that, yo.
You see, I'm over here looking like Pop Smoke. I got hair for days now. I'm
Straight up,
cool.
yo.
Yeah.
Yo, it's mad easy, yo. You just bit. It's like 10
Bro, you
hits,
gonna
yo.
have me
You
looking
got enough
like
time, yo.
Michael Jordan at age 13 with a part in his fro. I'm good,
But what
man.
I was telling you, yo, it's like if you'd have started last year when I said it, you'd be
You would have
good
been
right
good.
now, yo.
True.
I would, but
It don't take that long, yo.
I'm good. I mean, I'd rather look like Jake Shuttlesworth
That's a fact.
than the dude. Yeah, I'm cool. I'm over here looking like a homeless figure. I was looking like anybody's child for like months 4 through 6.
That's what hats were made for.
Yep.
You was looking
All
like
right.
Slave 2K for a while, yo.
Yep.
Yeah. Go ahead, Ant.
And not only that, I know everybody here. I know Pope told me that too. Everybody's on their workout athletics. So I had to cancel the gym. Unfortunately, I was at the gym, right? So my brother calls me. He go, yo, what you doing? I said, I'm on a treadmill. The fuck you mean you on a treadmill? You got diabetes? You gonna die? What the fuck you doing, yo, Aunt? I can't lose my brother. Yo, how he made me cry on the treadmill? Like, I'm stop. I'm sitting there running. That shit just got slower and slower, and I just got the fuck off at one hole, B. Called them up, canceled my membership. Now I just go outside and work out outside, B. Like my whole life just
You
got altered because of this shit.
Yeah, you supposed to work out though if you got diabetes, yo.
Not in the gym
Yeah,
though.
but the gym is a cesspool. You
Yeah,
don't want
that
to you
yeah,
don't want to be in there, man. You could catch
yeah.
something easily, man. So he's
You
right,
gotta
man.
you gotta
You
wear
got to
the
work out,
hazmat
man.
suit, yo.
Yeah, basically. Basically.
Straight up.
This shit just fog up.
Basically. But we here. It's been a year. It's just it's crazy to look back because I always see that picture the week before everything went to hell, and people's like, no one knew the next day how real it was gonna get because everybody was in a different time and space. I think I
This
went.
time last year, one of my coworkers, she was leaving to go to Netflix, and we knew we weren't coming in Monday, but we thought it was gonna be a few weeks. But
Yeah.
we did a simulation maybe like 2 weeks before. No one
Mhm.
came into work for 2 days. Make sure your computer could connect. Blah blah blah. So when that happened, I'm just like, all right, whatever. Earliest we'll be back April, latest May. We're a
Mhm.
year into this right now, and I'm happy my job was prepared for it. But yeah, it's just a year ago was just crazy. Like you would never see yourself being on lockdown for an entire year, and that's exactly what we're all going through right now.
I didn't believe
Yeah.
it because of my job because I didn't think what I was able to do at my job would allow us to leave the building and work from home until
It's
it
changed the
became.
work landscape because
Yeah,
I don't I think a lot of people are not saying people aren't coming into the job, but I think jobs are going to give a lot of people more leeway. Those jobs that have
yeah,
the
The
remote type of
ability.
work.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yo, the biggest thing I do say as a benefit for this is that it forces these companies to actually evolve into the time period that we're in, yo. We're
Yeah,
still working like it's fucking 1950. And
word.
it's just like, yo, there's no reason why we need to work the type of hours we work, how we work, and being locked to these offices, yo. Besides the fact that like just as humans, yo, we're not supposed to be in these fucking offices.
Hell
for
no.
40 hours a week, man. Like this shit is maddening,
Yep,
yo.
I
And now
agree.
after like being at home, because I used to work from I used to work from home before all this shit, like doing freelance work and like I was my own working from client to client, so I could just make my own hours. And then having to go back into the office, that shit was fucking horrible. And now that I'm back on this joint, yo, and my office is like we're still gonna stay working from home, but they're talking about we're gonna start making some changes in like April, May, and then like we're gonna figure out what the situation is. But son, I don't want to go back in the office, man. Like I want to go. I just want to work when I want to work because sometimes I don't want to work during the day, yo. And that's not saying I don't want to work, but my focus and my creativity happens at different times. So and to be forced to try to work within like the time frame to be creative, that shit is whack, yo. It just, I
I would like it to be optional, like because I do miss elements of going to work and
yeah,
socializing. In a different, it's gonna be different now socializing, but like getting away from the house and then coming back, and it makes me enjoy coming home much more
yeah.
than it is. Then I'm here every day, and I have to
Ain't
force myself.
ain't nothing like waking up 5 minutes before you gotta go to work and be on time though. Tell you
That's
that
that,
right
but
now.
those are pros and cons.
Tell you
Like I
right
said,
now.
optional, like optional,
And be on time.
on time. Go ahead,
You
Ant.
know what I mean? Go ahead.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Transitioning from the office life to our outside life, I kind of do like to be outside more. Like being confined indoors, I don't think I will. It's 50-50 for me too. Like I kind of like even now how we got it set up. We're more distance from each other. Like even that, I might stay like that too. Like I might be antisocial for the rest of my life. Like this COVID changed me like a little bit to an extent. Like posted how I think about certain things. Like I'm just different. Like COVID changed me, man. I don't know. That shit changed.
That's what's
I'm
up.
not gonna lie. If we were in our 20s, I would probably be going crazy right now.
Yep.
So being older, kind of like experiencing stuff and having that experience where it's just like, all right, I could wait because I did everything I needed to. It just makes things a little bit easier. But I
Hmm.
feel bad for kids in high school.
Hell yeah.
These are valuable years where they're kind of missing out. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that to me, that's the thing that sucks the most, man. Those younger kids are missing out on valuable relationships with their friends and just memories. It's gonna
Yeah,
be a weird memory to
Yeah.
look back at this. It will be something that they say they lived through, but go ahead.
yeah. The worst thing with Nate, my girl's son, he was supposed to go on a senior trip to London, France. Everything got canceled. Like his whole senior year is a wipe. So he's like, yo, Aunt, I just lost a year and a half of my high
Yep.
school. Like my high school year is over. I said, yep, you're a grown man. It's time to pay that rent. Bop.
Word, yo.
First of the month rent is due.
Word.
Job.
That sucks to be you. I'm sad that you lost your senior year, but
Word.
you gotta understand how life works. So on the 1st and the 15th, right?
I
I'm gonna
need
need
that.
half the rent. I need some of that electricity money. Nah, but Isaiah's going through the same thing. Like this is her senior year, and like it's just a wash, yo. Like she lost out on most of that shit. She was looking forward to like being part of like the senior drama club and like running the whole shows and all this other shit, and like senior trips, like all that shit is done, yo. And now she's like looking towards college and trying to figure out what's the next stage, and that shit is tough.
I could
It's
imagine
it's
kids who play sports too. You know what
yeah,
I
Yep.
mean? Like you trying to, you probably
Scholarships.
weren't good enough to get a scholarship, but you just lost a year of just like showing what you could do on tape. So it's
Yeah,
just
that
like,
eligibility.
all right,
eligibility is
yeah,
gone.
yeah. So it's rough for the younger generation.
Yeah, I don't. I can imagine losing my senior year, yo. My senior year was a lot of fun, yo. Because it was like, for me, high school was always like that first year was me trying to figure out and how not to get thrown into garbage cans and shit. And then the next 2 years was me like looking at everyone else do things and becoming like the top of the food chain basically. And by the time I got to the senior year, like I was one of the people that everyone knew and they looked up to, and we was just wilding in that last year, yo. We had dumb fun my last senior year and shit. So like it sucks for all these kids that lost that shit, yo. Like it's an experience that like it's not on some Al Bundy 3 touchdowns in one game shit, but it's just
Nah,
like yo,
it
like
is.
it
It
was a
is.
dope fucking experience, yo.
It is, man. Because like these are I'm not saying you peaked, but a lot of people,
Yeah,
those are
yeah,
you know what I mean. Like
yeah,
I grew up with you. You know what I mean. Like
yeah.
20s, 30s, we got stories for days. But there's certain people, those are their stories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're gonna
Well,
lose out on that, unfortunately.
well, let's look at it like this. Hopefully, that's one element they'll lose out on, but maybe it will shape them differently to look back in high school and be like, I didn't miss much because maybe the best part of their life is like for me, I was a late bloomer. I had fun in high school, but like I didn't blossom till college and after, So I was like, I look back at high school, I was like, man, I was tripping. There's much more than outside of high school when I got to college and became an adult and started having big fun, But these kids nowadays, yeah, they're missing out on a something that's special about high school that we can all look fondly on. But it may shape them differently to look at things in a different perspective, and hopefully that's a good thing and not a bad thing. So
Mm.
we'll see how that goes.
It
But
depends on the
anyway,
person, yo. It definitely
depends on the
depends on the
person.
person.
Yeah.
That's what it always comes down to that.
And,
Like I know people have been complaining during this whole pandemic, but we've turned it into friendly competitions on Apple Fitness
Yeah.
to doing stuff
Diablo.
on Twitch. Yeah, exactly. Diablo, like it's you will find a way to like live through things, but some people will just find the negative in everything and not see this will not last forever. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
hopefully those kids have that vision where it's just like,
Like I said, I found
well,
out I can grow my hair out. So I
there
was
we
like,
go.
I still got
Yeah.
it. Go ahead,
I found I found out I can grow my hair out.
Aunt.
The crazy
But did
thing,
you try?
I did. Yeah.
the
Go ahead,
crazy,
Lap.
the crazy thing is a lot of people who be saying it's fake is just cashing the checks right now. That's the crazy part about this too. There's so many hypocrites with this COVID shit. Yo, fuck COVID.
Mm-hmm.
But when that COVID relief come, baby, you know what I'm saying? You in a bar. So it's just a lot of bullshit, man.
True.
Yeah,
True.
Mm-hmm.
true.
But that's the nature of this entire country and in our
The
whole
American
society, yo.
way.
Yo, I always go back to this whenever somebody people talk about like hypocrisy is like the Call of Duty shit, yo. So Call of Duty came out, Modern Warfare, and they found out there wasn't going to be any dedicated service, and everybody's like, "Yo, fuck this, boycott Call of Duty. This is bullshit. No one gonna, everyone, nobody buy it." Yo, thousands and thousands of messages in the chat rooms, yo. Yo, when Call of Duty launched, you go on Steam, nigga. All those motherfuckers was in that shit, yo, playing it the same day one, yo. Day one, yo, in the shit, yo. And they had, and the funny shit is, they had a chat room called Boycott Call of Duty. And whenever you log into whatever game you're playing, you can see all the games they're playing. It was like 32,000 people playing, yo.
Damn.
And those are all the people that's complaining about this shit, yo.
Faking.
It's bullshit, yo.
Hypocrites.
It's a money grab. And speaking of money grabs, June 29th, 1988. Sound familiar to y'all?
Well, I don't know. I know the Knicks
I'm
didn't
gonna
win a
guess
chip.
what it is. It's either I'm gonna get you sucker or coming to America.
Yeah. Well, Coming to America came out.
Really?
Classic movie. Yes.
That
Classic
that
movie for those who didn't
that
know.
surprises me. I
Yeah.
didn't know it. I didn't know he was gonna talk about that. That's wild.
Yeah, we
Exactly.
could bring.
Eddie Murphy's one of his
Woof,
pinnacle.
woof.
I still think Golden Child is his best movie.
Amen, Kim.
I love Golden Child, but Coming to America is one of them staples. And recently Amazon Prime, if you have Amazon Prime, released Coming to America 2. All of us in here has watched it, I'm presuming.
Yep.
So
Twice.
thoughts? Twice.
Yep,
Okay,
yep.
well, there you go. Thoughts? I'll let you guys take the floor.
All right, I'll start first. Uh, I don't think it's a bad movie. I would never. It's rare when a sequel is better than the original or on par. Like I
Mm-hmm.
was surprised Doctor Sleep was to me better than The Shining. Um, Blade Runner 2049. I thought it was on par with the first
The
Blade Runner.
original.
Yep. But it's definitely difficult with comedies. I think it's just harder to do sequels. But
Mm-hmm.
Coming to America, I thought it was a decent movie. I'll probably give it a 6 when I would give the
Mm.
original like a 8, 8.5. But
Yeah.
for what it was, it's cheesy, it's cute, it's heartwarming. It's not fall over laughing, but it's something to pass the time. I
Yeah.
don't think it was terrible. That's just my viewpoint. Like I watched it twice. I laughed at certain parts. It's not. It's hard to replicate what you had in the original.
Yep.
30 fucking years later. So I don't know. I don't know what a lot of people respected.
I agree. Like I didn't hate it. There's parts of it I was like, I groaned, like, ugh, I can't believe they're doing this. And other parts I thought was funny, and I think it's an average movie. And I think a lot of people go into it expecting what they got out of the first one, and there's no way they can ever do that. Because like you said, comedy is different because it's something that hits in the moment. And when I think the problem with movies like this type of sequel is where they try to recreate what was created then. And because they're trying to recreate something that was then, they're not focusing on now, and they lose the connection to the people. And I think that's where the movie misses mark. But overall, I think it's an okay movie. I'm not. I actually want to watch it again to try to give it another view. Because the first time I watched it, I ain't gonna front. I was watching this shit like, yo, this shit is not as good as the first one. Yo, I don't know why they did it. We don't need this movie, and I still feel like that. I don't think we need this movie, and we could have never got it, and that'd have been fine. But yeah, I think it's an okay movie. And honestly, I should have let Campbell before me because I think I know what direction he's gonna go with this.
So
We
you
could have
know it.
balanced this.
Him
This
and
holiday.
so go
Yeah,
ahead.
yeah, yeah. But yeah.
I'm actually in line with you. Like, I watched the movie. There was some cringe moments, like, this joke didn't go over well. Problem was, the first one was R rated, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
And this one is G rated, and there's only so much you can
Is
do.
G rated?
No,
Or
it's
whatever.
PG. Don't listen.
PG,
Oh.
PG,
That
whatever.
shit's
Yeah,
a
G,
letter
whatever.
rated.
PG, right?
PG-13?
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, PG. Yeah.
Yeah, PG. Yeah, yeah. So, with that said, like, I didn't go in here thinking this was gonna match Coming to America. We've all experienced that. Like, when something's great and you get a sequel, you have to lower your expectations. We've been let down too many times. So, with a great movie and Eddie's greatness at that time at his pinnacle, I was not expecting peak Eddie because we've seen him kind of come back into the light, and he ain't the same. You know,
Nope.
the cool part was seeing that they brought characters I didn't think they were going to bring back, especially in the end. I was like, they brought back the two rappers. Like seriously?
That
Yeah.
was dope. I enjoyed
Yeah.
That
that.
caught me off guard too, yo. I was
Yeah.
Yeah,
like,
that caught
holy
me off guard.
shit.
So there was a few shining moments. I had to look up. I didn't even know. Well, I don't want to spoil it, but one of the characters in real life didn't live that long, so they couldn't bring her back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It,
I mean,
The mom.
this is a sport, man.
the mom,
Let's just.
Yeah, the mom.
Oh, yeah.
yeah, the mom.
Okay.
So
The
because I was
Robin.
like, yeah, I had to
From,
look her
like,
up. I was like, she died. She died a long time ago. I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
So
right after like
yeah. So again, we didn't need this movie at all. I guess the bright side is people got paid, black folks, whatever. But at the end of the day, if they never would have made this movie, I would have been fine with the original. I also think it came out way too late. Like, I don't
yeah.
like when it's so
Oh,
far a gap. I said this about Indiana Jones. Like, there
Oh
is no
God.
way in hell
Ugh.
Indiana Jones should be doing Indiana Jones stuff 30 years later. He's hella old. He was old when they did the first one. You know what I'm saying? So
They make it a part 5 too, man.
yeah, no reason to do that. And I'm hearing, I don't know, somebody put in our little group chat that Eddie wasn't really trying to make this. So I don't know. I got to read up on
Well,
that.
I saw some interviews with him on the late night shows, and he was saying that he came up with this idea just like 5-6 years ago to make this movie, and he was trying to figure it out because over the years he started to realize how Coming to America became a cult movie, and like it got more popular over time than when it first came out, and to the point where people are dressing up on Halloween as him, and they like the restaurant in California every year they do like the McDowell's. They turn this shit into a McDowell's and whatnot, and they do that in Queens too, yo. So it's like there was like a buzz around, and he was like, "Yo, maybe we can do something with this to try to help propel it, to keep it flowing even more." And that's why they ended up trying to figure out the best way to do it. A funny thing is that originally he said that his son was supposed to be played by Tracy Morgan, and after a couple different rewrites of the movie, they were like, "Yo, does anyone believe that Tracy Morgan could be my son?" They was like, "Nah, man."
Nah.
He's like only 7 years older than me, yo.
This crazy thing, his daughter is actually I think the
the
middle
middle
child.
child. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Oh, what?
yeah, she was in it. So, and the house his palace was actually Rick Ross's mansion.
Yeah.
and
That's
he
why
had
I
the
really
worst
like the movie.
accent in that movie.
Wait, let's get Ant's take on this, yo.
Yeah, go ahead, Ant.
All right, it's only right if I give an ant layer a quote like, all right, I judge this movie in two layers. For one, as far as I consider Coming to America, the first one, a black movie. This time around, I feel this
Hmm.
movie applied to both the white, black, all the audience, and I say that because part one we had beauty pageants in the auditorium, we had McDowell's in the hood. Now everything is like they got money, it's rich, and I kind of wish that this movie was just a remake and not called part two because I think a lot of fans never seen part one.
Hmm.
So when they go back to see part one, they're gonna instantly say, "Yo, part one is so much better than part two." It's like part one had fried chicken with cooking grease. This one is just a fucking chicken with an air fryer. It's not. It ain't the same. It don't taste the same. I didn't. I, I didn't even laugh for the first hour, and that's Coming to America. So for me, yo, like Walt Disney literally gave Eddie the ultimate rich massage. Like, yo, relax, take your money, and smile for the camera. And I'm not used to that. And to Cam's point, when I see Golden Child, that's the Eddie that I want and that I need. So when I see this formal version of Eddie, and I'm not laughing, and it's Eddie Murphy, I bring that down from like a 10 to a 4. And I would have had it at a 3, but my man Wesley's in it and he saved the day. So that's my take on that. But it just lost that
The Wesley killed it,
it
yo.
lost that black appeal to me. But this is Amazon. They want to appeal to the masses, which I agree with. But I just need the old Eddie back. I miss that.
Go ahead, Dwayne.
I agree with what you said. I think they kind of touched on it in the movie when they went back to Queens, and they're just like, wow, like the world has changed. You know what I mean in terms of like how things are viewed upon. But I think when you look at someone's old work, like we're not who we were when we were teenagers,
Mhm.
when we were 20, when we're 30. So we could look at pictures, we could go back to videos and laugh about shit like that, but you can't expect someone. It's the same with music. Like there's gonna be a growth with that person. Like Chappelle, he's one of my favorite comedians, but he's
Hmm.
not the screaming, yelling Chappelle that he was in his
But
20s.
he's still raw
He's
though.
more
Hmm.
reserved. He'll laugh at his jokes. I mean, at certain points, he is.
Yeah.
He definitely is, but he's not the same person, is what I'm saying. He's not the same as that comedian with the same mannerisms. I think when it comes, especially with comedy too, not even comedy, just the world. We live in a cancel culture, so maybe I agree what you're saying about the Disney money, but there might be a point where anyways, just like I can't really be who I am. You know what I mean? Like I
Hmm.
can't really like tell those jokes and be myself. I gotta be
But isn't
this
that
Eddie over here.
that's not fair to
Because if
us
I'm real
who
Eddie,
loves
I
him.
might get canceled. I might be Pepe Le Pew Murphy. So it all depends, man.
Hold on before Pope. I saw you wanted to say something, but
Well,
there
I
was
was
one
gonna.
thing. There was one
Uh,
thing, Dwayne, you brought up about he needs to evolve. The funny thing is that'd be true if I saw it. I feel like he was still trying to do the same jokes in the movie
Hmm.
that was done 30 years ago.
But Akeem was never funny. If you look at the original Coming to America,
Well, not the
it's the
character King,
characters.
but
That's
but
what I'm saying. Like
the whole
the
thing
characters he
of it.
plays.
I
Yeah.
think all of that encompassed as a whole, he still tried to get that same magic, kind of with the same jokes,
Yeah.
and it just didn't hit. Maybe if he evolved the jokes, it would
I
be
agree.
different.
I
Go
agree
but
ahead,
that's
100%.
Pope.
that's what I was saying earlier. They weren't trying to make a new movie. They were doing too much fan
A
service
formula.
to
Yeah.
the old
Fan
one.
service.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I was thinking about it. I was like, if they made come to America, and the story was about his son, but it wasn't. It's basically the same movie if you think about it. Like,
Shit was not in America though. They was
yeah,
in
but like,
Rick Ross mansion in Atlanta, Tyler Perry Studios, yo in Africa. Like
but they
we
were
got
like,
no America.
but majority of the movie was based around like him going, finding his son, going to America, doing that, and then this whole marriage is the crux of the movie. But if they'd had a story about Zamunda and the things that were happening there, and there was like a war between Eddie and Wesley's characters, like that'd have been something completely different than what it was. And there could have been a lot of comedy shit in there involved into it, based in what's happening right now. But before they were doing what Ken was saying. It was just like rehashing old shit and like trying to put a new spin on it. But you see the essence of it is based around old shit. Like they brought Louis Anderson back, and like it's cool, but they're gonna move a whole fucking McDonald's to Africa. Like I
Bro, if
just
they'd
think
have
that
brought Samuel L. as that robber, I probably would have laughed. But it just didn't hit the same.
If they had Daryl and Patrice, we probably been talking different right now.
Yeah,
Daryl and
yeah.
Patrice was married, we'd be like, all right,
All right,
like, we could have got that if you're gonna go down that route. But go ahead, Ant.
go ahead, Ant. You got it.
Now, I don't know. This to me, it should have just been called Coming to America and not Part Two. And I also feel the movie was rushed. Like the dude found out he was a prince. Then he's drama. He's sad talking to his dad. Like they wanted to be sad. They didn't want to be funny. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is this? A comedy or a fucking drama? Like I don't. It just felt like everything was just rushed, put into one. Yo, it's Coming to America, COVID edition. Yo, like that's all it felt to me.
That's elements of the first though. Like
yeah.
Akeem had conversations with his dad, but I don't understand how he found his son in 2.3 seconds. And the
Yeah.
dude was like, "Yeah, you're my pops."
Yeah,
But
it was just
whatever.
too
Like I
rushed.
said, it's
Yo,
an average movie at best.
no vetting, yo. They didn't vet him at all, yo. He was
At
just like,
all.
yep, this drawing looks like him. Let's do it. Come on, let's go.
Yeah, if
Yo,
someone comes out and say this is a great movie, question them.
Yeah.
so I was having a conversation with somebody about this earlier, right? And they were saying that this Coming to America had such a big impact for our community when it came out, you know, because it was one of the movies at the time that was like a big like all black cast, a majority black cast. It was like based around Africa. It was like our connection. It was like a lot of things that tied into it, and we grew with it over years, you know. And I was saying like I think that part of it was also like them making a sequel now is hard for them to do because I feel like Coming to America was our connection to Africa in a certain sense.
Mhm.
And then Black Panther came out, and a lot of people got this new idea of what Africa was, you know.
Mhm.
And now you got Coming to America 2 coming out, and this shit is just like it can't compare to Wakanda. So when people think about Africa and black cities, you know, they think of Wakanda first. And I think they even made a Wakanda joke in some form or way or some shit.
Yeah,
I don't know.
they did.
I feel like they did,
Yeah,
right?
Tracy Morgan.
And
did.
it's just like I think that was part of it. It's like we have this new, we got this new vision of what Africa is, and this shit that you've given us on this Amazon Prime is nowhere near what we already been rocking with for the last 4 or 5 years. You know what I mean?
And two fictional places that you're talking about too.
Yeah,
I know that. I
That's
know
how
that.
fucked up. No, I agree. I'm just saying that's just how
Yeah.
fucked up Hollywood is. Like
yeah.
they
Mhm.
can't give us like. Well, I get Marvel. Like obviously, you know what they do New York, so they could have fucking said they were in
I'm not
the
filming.
Sudan
I'm
or
not
something
filming in the
in
Serengeti.
Black
We
Panther
doing
originally.
CG, D.
But yeah, that's what you think things look like. You go to Ghana, there's skyscrapers. You looking
Yeah.
at National Geographic, so you fall into what they're telling you, and not knowing what's really out there. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's just
they got
another
some
thing.
beautiful ass cities out there in Africa, yo.
It
Yeah,
ain't fish and mud huts. They got buildings just like we do.
yeah. I was dating an Ethiopian girl, and I
Mm.
was like 18, 19. Bad since
What you mix with?
I've seen this. Yeah, no, well, not that, but yeah, pretty much on that level. It
Yo,
was just like, so yo, y'all got like cars and buildings, and she looked at me like, "What's wrong with you, yo?
listen.
Yeah.
We got running water city." I'm going off of like National Geographic. My brother's watching with lions and Shaka Zulu like a dummy,
But
yo.
D, when
So
they had the final
there's
battle,
more to
it was in the
Africa
Getty,
than
D, a
what's
CG
presented.
Getty. So they going back to the Getty one way or another. That's why they can't do it, yo.
Fuck you talking about?
Welcome back, Ant. We miss you.
Yo, Avengers was in freaking the middle of New York City by Grand
I'm
Central,
talking
yo,
about the
like the first
final. The
Avengers.
final
Like,
battle was in a
I mean, we
fake.
could CG something.
It's when the CG Getty was the final battle. So at the end of the day, you got to go back to the planes, man. That's all I'm saying, D.
All right. I know they had underground trains in the Serengeti, man. Maybe I gotta do some more
That's that
research.
vibranium,
one
man.
one last petty remark about Coming to America. One last petty remark is a director they had. This director they brought in did not have a great track record of movies. He did Black Snake Moan, and I was like, no, like really, this guy?
That's what Samuel Jackson, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, that was a
Richie?
terrible movie.
I didn't even
Uh,
see that shit.
he did Dolomite Is My Name. Like I don't understand. Dolomite is our thing, and I feel like we should have had one of our people direct that. You know what I'm saying? Coming to, I don't know. Eddie got this thing about not working with black directors for some reason. I don't know what is the deal with that.
Yo,
Not saying he has to, but he does not really work. Him or Will Smith.
yo,
Yeah, I feel like Eddie's seen something in life because he just be looking like
Hmm.
it's called the check. It's
nervous or
called the
just
check.
like
Yeah,
he not. I don't know what it is. So
he be looking shook.
yeah, somebody got something on him. Yo, like yo,
He just don't have that edge to him anymore. You said that in our little group chat about Eddie, and I feel like when I watch him now, he look nervous.
I think they're making a new Beverly Hills Cop.
I
They
don't.
are.
I don't want that, yo. Honestly,
That's what I'm saying. Don't make the same movies. Like, give us something new, so we
yeah,
don't judge you on those old characters.
yeah.
Like Ant's saying that this was Mason Jar, Sudan, it'll be a different movie, yo.
Yeah.
Like, I think we gotta let people, like the way I was saying earlier, like we gotta let people grow, and I don't think he's helping the case by going back to old things to try to create this new element for himself, yo.
Yeah, I
Like,
remember I'm gonna get you sucker when what's his name? Sugarfly, what was his name? Yo, he got out of prison and
Oh
had on the
yeah.
Dragonfly.
Yeah.
same clothes like it was the 70s again. That's what Eddie's doing. Is just like, bro, times have changed. Give us a new
Mhm.
movie. Give us a new character, yo.
Cause I know Cam, you said you didn't like Dolomite, but I thought Dolomite was dope. I thought it was a good movie. Like,
It's true.
I gave it like a 7 or 8. Like, this shit was really good to me, yo. I really enjoyed it. I came out of that shit like, because I knew who Dolomite was, but I didn't know a lot about his story, and the fact that the way they portrayed his story was really fucking dope to me. Like his entrepreneurial spirit, how he was like really fighting to get his shit done, even though he was fucking not that great of an actor or director or writer or any of that shit, and he just fought his way through it to get a success for his people, and I thought that shit was fucking dope. And I thought the characters they played and acted in the movie was really good too, and that was something new. Like, I can't compare that to any of the other shit because that's not a movie he did before. Like, if he was doing like Golden Child 2 or even this Come to America, like this Hakeem is not the Hakeem that was from the other one, you know,
Mhm.
because it's a different person. Like, he's been through bad shit, and to a certain extent, I don't think there was any character growth from movie to movie as well. We don't know what he's experienced in those 30 years unless he's just been chilling and sitting around,
Yeah.
doing nothing. So I the fact that they're gonna make a Beverly Hills Cop 2, like, I'm already feeling like I don't know if that's just gonna be good, yo. Like, I think he should just do some new shit. He should be fucking Houston Cop, do something completely different, yo. Get out of
No, I
this
hear
shit,
it.
yo. The movies that you love Eddie for the most are the ones when he was super young, yo. Like, this is before he even hit 30. He was making most of these movies. Like, yo, but who you are in those times is different than once you move past 20 your 30s, yo. Like, in that era when he was on SNL and shit, this nigga thought he was basically the biggest actor in the world. He's the biggest comedian in the world. He basically could do anything at that point, and he had no fear. He was invincible. But after a certain amount of time, like, his sensibilities changed. What he wanted out of life changed. He had kids. His family changed. His whole world structure changed, and he started making new movies. He started making more kid friendly movies. But he changed who he was and the type of movies he wanted to make. And now it's 30 years later, 20 years later, we still look at him for those movies when he was 20 years old. He's not going to make that type of comedy because that's not who he is anymore. And now, hopefully, my hope is that my hope for him is that he can
Damn.
find he can find a new lane to be in where he can still make funny movies or do the type of movies that he wants to make that are good. Like, I would hate to see him spend the next 10 years just making fucking B or C level movies, you know, just trying to get some fucking bread. I don't want to see that for Eddie Murphy. He's a fucking legend. And I want to see him smash.
I think to me it's you made a point of like don't uh tell jokes anymore. I think he went through a stretch where He was the Raw Eddie, Coming to America Boomerang Eddie. Then he
Mm-hmm.
gave us the Doctor Doolittles and Nutty Professors. Like, so
Mm-hmm.
like it's hard to go back to what you were originally. Like if you're doing those type of movies. So I think he's kind of trapped right now. The last light I saw from Eddie was it'll probably be the movie Life, and that was what 99, 2000
Yeah.
with
Mm-hmm.
Morgan. That's the
Yeah.
last time we got Eddie where we was just like, yo, this shit is jokes. So like that was the last glimpse that we got. So it, he might have to make a movie with a Dave Chappelle with someone else to kind of rekindle that energy, and it has to be something new. Life
I,
was new.
I think what he needs is what a lot of actors who get really big needs. They because what happens, what I've seen is that you start out, you do the work that people give you, like you get hired for a job, and then you get so big that you can make your own jobs. You write your own movies, you make your own scripts, you control everything, and then the shit it goes good, and then it starts to go crazy, and you can either be good or bad. And it's the same thing that happened with Will Smith. Like I think both of them need to get on projects where they are just fucking showing up, yo. Like all they gotta do is their job, and they're not directing, they're not producing, they're not fucking doing the craft services, they're not doing special effects. Like they're just showing up doing their job, and I think it'll give them more freedom to be more free in the job. Because I think Eddie and Will Smith especially, like I think they're so focused on everything else besides what they're supposed to be doing. And they lose all the good shit that comes along with their skill and their talent.
I'll end it off on this and say, personally, for me, I think Eddie should go back to stand up, just a few specials, and I also feel like it's the one realm. No,
Trying to get him canceled.
no. Well, that's the thing. That's the
Woo,
thing.
woo, woo, woo. Fuck.
Comedy is the one avenue where it's almost everything is fair game, and I feel like it would allow Eddie to branch out within reason because
Yo,
we
I've
got
seen Dave Chappelle have to
There's,
defend his jokes and get upset like, yo, y'all need to calm the fuck down. I'm a comedian, yo.
yeah,
but
but
we
there's
get
only
it. It's you
We
know what I'm
do.
saying?
We
Yeah.
do. We get
I
it. These people in this room,
yeah.
we get it. But the world we live in today is just like, oh my God. Like, yeah, I agree with what you're saying, Cam. I'm just saying there is a new element
I feel
that we
like
I
he could take on today's current events and make something happen
I
within
agree.
within the realm.
true.
Yo, Cam, I agree with you too, but there's only certain comedians who live with that type of mentality, yo. And the ones I know who are leading the pack in that shit
Bill Burr,
is Bill Burr and Dave Chappelle, yo. Because them
mhm,
niggas do not give a fuck
they don't
about
care.
anybody and what they say. They're gonna say whatever they're gonna say. You're gonna
Do I
deal with
look? Do I look
Yeah,
Korean?
it. Yeah.
yeah. Hey, you know what? And that's a fair point, Pope, because I think Eddie's starting to care what people say.
Yeah, I think
Definitely.
he's felt like that for a long time though. You're not giving him the freedom to be fucking human, dude. Like that's what you're leaving out. You're just like, yo, if you're not doing comedy the way I think you should be doing comedy, then you fucking retire, nigga. Like that's basically what you're saying.
Yeah.
Is what y'all saying? Just retire. That's like me saying, yo, Pope, you drinking 5 Long Islands tonight, or you gonna have like 2 scotches? Pope gonna be like, I'm drinking 2 scotches and I'm chilling, yo. I ain't drinking Long Island's to kill myself.
Yeah. You know, go
You
ahead,
know
got
what
one
it
more.
is? We see the name and we just like, all right, well, we looking to see what you can recreate, and it wasn't what it was, yo. So I get what y'all saying.
Eddie's is in a weird place because we want the old Eddie, but he can he
That's
adapt
like
to the time?
Kanye.
Yeah.
Like we not getting. We might get
We
old
might
Kanye
get
with
the
this
old
divorce.
Kanye back
We
now.
might.
So
We might, but yeah.
Prayers up. Prayers up, yo.
yeah.
Nigga, I'm
We
praying.
might.
Y'all know
Word.
I'm a big Kanye fan, yo. I want the old Kanye back,
But
yo.
those classics that dropped when he first came out, come on, man. Like
It was
that's
And
15
like
years
Eddie.
ago. That's 15 years
Yeah,
ago.
man.
and the thing
And
is, like, yo, honestly, yo, I think Eddie is just picking the wrong. Like, Come to America 2 was just not a great choice of movie for him, yo.
Pay rent,
Because,
you think?
yeah, I think it was. Like, I think it was a way that for everybody to get paid, and like they're gonna try to do something new. I hope they decide not to do Beverly Hills Cop because like I like Eddie on SNL, yo. I thought those skits was mad funny, yo, and
Me too.
I think that type of comedy is better for him now, yo. It's not that it's like G rated or anything like that, but I just think like short form shit is fits more of his style now, yo.
mhm.
Like he has some really that elf shit had me crying, yo. The other shit when
Gum,
it was like the
Gumby too. When Gumby came to the fucking to the desk,
yeah,
that
and
shit
then
was jokes too.
what was
Gumby and Mr. Robinson's Neighborhood.
the
I
shit
still thought that was funny.
the family dinner when they were doing like
Oh, that was a good skit.
whew, that shit was mad funny. I mean, he's still there, but I think he's just choosing the wrong type of shit, yo. Like
Hey, you
I
making
think
Eddie sound like the Nas of comedians. He picking the wrong beats. You know what I'm saying? Like,
son,
That's a that's a that's a great comparison, yo. He is the
yeah,
Nas right now, yo.
yeah, because we know Nas's lineage is dope,
yeah,
but
he's
Nas
dope.
come out with a new album, you like, man, these beats is trash.
Trash.
Word,
He
like you
has
rubbing over the Sesame Street
yo.
intro.
He should just hire Rick Ross to pick his beats, yo, for his next album, yo. He don't got to rap on him. Just like yo, pick the beat, yo. Let me do it, yo.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Enough of that. We all agree that the movie was mid, average, not terrible, but
It's
and
yeah, it's
it,
average at best. It's average at best.
yeah.
And that's
That's
I'm not.
okay.
Yeah, I'm
yeah,
not gonna
yeah.
knock anybody who watches it because, like I said, it's Eddie Murphy. And if you
We
watch the first one, you grew up. It's kind of like a rite of passage. You're gonna watch it at least once, have a take on it. We all knew. Well, most of us knew going in, like we're not getting the old Eddie back ever. So not right now.
I do want to give a quick shout out to Tatiana Taylor, but
Oh
yeah, let's,
yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah, for
let's
sure.
just
I was
say
like, yo, that's huh? Oh,
I had
okay.
to look
All
around real
right.
quick.
All right.
Quick,
All
quick,
right.
quick shout out.
Let's get
Yeah.
comfortable for a
Even
Hey,
second.
even
hey,
even Leslie had to tell him like, yo, you better go handle that.
yeah. Hey, on the real though, they did Garcelli, what's her name? Garcelli Bouvoir dirty. She was just a flower girl.
That's
No,
what she was in original.
but no extended line, no nothing. But you know, it is
Son,
what it is.
exactly, yo.
Yeah.
She's
Yo,
done.
if
She's only
Daryl showed up with Jerry curls, we would be talking differently right now, yo.
We would.
We would have got a little bit of that old magic, man. Him and Patrice and the baby got Jerry curls. We would have I would
Yeah.
have pumped it up a few more points, yo.
Yeah. But we didn't get that. So
But no. Daryl turned it down. Daryl didn't want to be in the movie.
okay. Cause like I said, there were cameos in there I did not expect. I was like, oh,
I'm like, yeah, what's
okay.
Louis? Yeah, post up like Louis Anderson. What you doing here?
Yeah,
for real,
exactly.
yo.
It is what it is. But anyway, segue. Now we're gonna talk about the final topic about New York Knicks, or excuse me, NYC hoops being back and legit.
Oh, this is the end of the podcast? Oh, all right. So our final word, right?
Uh,
It-
damn, you disrespectful right now, man. You being disrespectful. I'm gonna sick
What's
in
like
on you.
sports? What's that?
yo, why you always playing me, D, yo? I know about sports. I'm just not. First, I ain't never been a Knicks. Well, I was a Knicks fan for one season.
Yo, you was a Boston fan and a Nets fan, so you could see yourself
Yeah,
out
yeah.
No, you a Nets fan, so you go represent the Nets. So for this chat,
because of Vince Carter.
That's it.
yeah.
I'm I'm not gonna say it and be like, yo, go Nets because they got this fucking monster squad team,
We
yo.
got Kevin Johnson and
I,
Kyrie, Kyrie Michael Irvin. Like I know my sports.
Yo,
and their coach Larry Bird, like so
Yeah, I
hey,
know my
but
they got
hold on,
everybody,
sports.
Pope,
yo.
Pope, you
Yeah.
still live in New York. What is the atmosphere like with if you see Nick
Allegedly,
fan? Yeah.
Do I live in New York? Man, I haven't been out of my apartment in like 7 years, yo.
I mean, you
But
don't hear
nah,
nobody talk about Knicks hoop.
COVID.
for who? I'm not in the streets. Like I've been in my apartment, B.
Man, you in New Jersey. You had to get there somehow.
Pope's
No,
not in the sports world,
today.
yo.
Yeah.
Today I'm in New Jersey, but for the most part, like I haven't really been out in the streets. I've like, y'all my friends, nigga. Like if y'all talk about it, then that's what we talking about, yo.
No, all right, Dwayne, how y'all feel seeing that New York hoop is back on the map and legit? It's not a pushover.
As you guys know, I'm originally I grew up a Bulls fan, and I
Yep.
came back to New York in the past couple of years, and it's kind of like by osmosis. Like I was always following the Knicks, the Giants, because that's what I grew up around. You can't escape your local teams. So
And
I'm
that
just throwing this claim out real quick, Cam. Just being out here, it made me like miss home. So I'm just like, I can't be telling people I'm from New York and I'm rooting for the Cowboys. I'm rooting for the Bulls. They look like what? Like, what's wrong with you, yo?
Yeah.
So watching the Knicks, even when the Knicks and Bulls were competing, I enjoyed those times. Like you want to see competition, and those are two major cities. So seeing the Knicks, I'm not saying they're winning the championship, but seeing them compete every night with a former Bulls coach, Tom Thibodeau, he just got the job. But seeing them compete and just like that's all you could ask for. Like me being on the outside looking in, Knicks fans were always delusional. They always saying we winning the chip. I think now they're being more realistic. Like, all right, we got a coach. Let's do it the right way. Let's build this team, and that's what I'm enjoying watching the Knicks. We got a young team. We got assets. People, we're building a reputable team, and that it's just a pleasure to look at. So I'm
Yo,
excited for the future in New York.
yo, I saw a video. I sent it to Cam of Knicks fans. They was outside
Oh,
of Madison
wilding
Square
out.
Garden.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, this is right before
championship,
the All-Star
baby. We
game.
gonna win. Yeah, I call Knicks fans the internet in real life, yo. These
Oh my God, the franchise, man, they hurt it, man. You know, I think time has fans have they're becoming smarter. They're just like, well, not those fans that you posted, Poe, but I think fans know, like, all right, we gotta reel it in a little bit, man. We gotta win a few more games. The media wanted to make fun of the Knicks when they're doing bad, but now that they're doing good, I'm not a fan of them now jumping on the wagon. Like, don't you had a lot of fun making fun of us, but now that we're doing well, leave us alone, yo. Go talk about the Suns or somebody else.
Seeing the Knicks go through year in year out being a dumpster fire in the media and non-Knick fans alike, it's good to like. I like to see teams that I grew up being perennial playoff teams come back and be decent and looking like the Warriors were dumpster fire, and it was a cool story to see them come up and be the Warriors that they are, and then you start hating them, right? But they're good now, right? Seeing the Knicks be decent and not to be an easy out is refreshing. Being an NBA hoop fan, um, I like certain players on the Knicks. I'm a fan of Mitch Robinson. I like Emmanuel Quickly. And I'm a big fan of Julius Randle, who a lot of Knicks fans shitted on before this season because, rightfully so, because Julius Randle used to just spin out of bounds. He is playing, Tibbs got Julius Randle playing at a level that I knew he could play at, but I just couldn't see it because he never got a fair shake with the Lakers. He did all right with New Orleans, and then he got to Knicks, and he was still playing like a dummy. And then all of a sudden, contract year, Julius Randle looking like an all-star. Well, he was an all-star.
He is all, yeah.
He's an all-star. So much props to them. But we also got to talk about.
We got a good front office too. We got Worldwide West. We got Leon Rose. There's
Yeah.
a lot of good pieces in the front office where.
Speaking of front offices, though,
Mhm.
for every good, there's always that one Nick thing that y'all do. And right now, y'all
What we
being
did.
disrespectful to
Yo, did we
Patrick
die?
Ewing.
Oh.
The organization did.
Fucked up for that, yo.
They did Oakley dirty.
Yep.
They're doing Patrick Ewing dirty. That man built Madison Square Garden for New York Knicks.
Shit, they did Spike Lee dirty.
And they did
Yep.
Spike Lee dirty.
Yeah.
The most faithful of faithful Knicks fans. So,
Yeah.
but however, with that said, it is like I watch Knicks games. Like I tune in. I used to then tune in.
They're
because
entertaining. They
it's
play
entertaining.
defense. Yeah, exactly. IQ. This dude's a floated guy. They got something over there.
He got
man.
the best floater in the game. Truth
Word,
be told.
man. Yo,
So,
Patrick Ewing, I don't understand how you're 7 feet and people are stopping you. Like, bro, like, you know who Patrick Ewing is. Patrick Ewing walked down the street in Long Beach.
yeah.
People don't know who he is. Like, everyone knows who this guy is, yo.
How can you not know who he is, yo?
Yeah.
They don't do that to Magic. They don't do that to Jordan. They don't do that to like any one of these superstars from the 90s walk into their building.
Yeah,
should know
yo,
who they
here's
are.
your seat. Security guards aren't 23. They our age, they older. Like, I've
Yeah.
never seen a 19-year-old security guard. You know what I mean? Like,
Nah, I actually got a final word, yo.
oh,
Yo,
shit.
my final word is again, like Ann said, yo, I love you dudes. Dwayne, yo, you are my fucking brother. I've known you for mad long. But son, you destroy me when you be like, yo, I don't trust niggas that don't watch sports. Yo, I had that shit in the back of my head for about
Wait,
15
Rinwan
years, yo.
Rinwan said it too.
Yo,
It wasn't
yo,
just me, yo. Rinwan said it too, yo.
Like 15 years, that shit's been ringing in the back of my skull, yo. And I just want to say, I don't know who the fucking the dude who sells peanuts at the Knicks at the Madison Square Garden. I don't know who walked who did the fourth play, the third quarter, the fucking 18th game of fucking the season 24 of the Knicks and shit. But I got like a 30,000 foot view of what's going on in the NBA, yo. I know what's going on and shit. I watch the fucking shows. I don't follow the Nets like I used to because Vince Carter not there no more. But I do follow. Honestly, I've been following LeBron for like the last fucking like 5-6 years, yo.
Okay, Griff.
Yeah, straight Griff, yo. Me and him. Purple and gold,
Okay.
B.
Okay.
Hey, Dwayne, before you get your final word, I will give Pope some credit because he do from time to time say some sports stuff, and I'll be shocked that he know about it. So I'll be like,
that's because of Unc, yo. I got my eye Pope. That's because of Unc, yo.
okay,
That's Unc, right, Pope?
Pope will come out with some knowledge, and I'll be like, yo, I didn't know he knew that.
That's Unc, yo. That's Shannon Sharp right there helping Pope out, yo.
All right. But I mean,
no, there's nothing wrong with that. You found it with me growing up. Like I would listen. Aunt knows I was listening to WFAN at 12 years old, driving my brother crazy. Like, yo, turn off the fucking radio, yo. Like, I just love sports. But when you find that, like Shannon Sharp, he's a great personality.
Club Shay Shay, B.
Yeah, Club Shay Shay. Like, you find that person, you just like. It's like you don't even know. It's like the wax on, wax off technique. You just like, oh shit, I know karate. Like, oh okay, I kind of know that. So I respect that, Pope. My bad, yo. I'm trying to build you up. I'm trying to make you stronger, yo.
It's all good, but it's the same shit I always say, man. Like, y'all my people because y'all keep me fucking real, yo. Like, if I ever came through with the super tight, shiny pants on, y'all niggas would smack the shit out of me and drag me back in the house to put on some real shit, yo. Like yeah. I don't feel like I can never fall because y'all niggas is always there to keep me up.
Yeah, you could be yourself and then get checked, and you just like,
I went too far.
Yeah, exactly.
The orange hair was a bad look. All
right,
I got it. I'll take
next
care of
time. Maybe not orange. All right, my bad.
I'll take it. I got that. Thank you, Kelly.
That's what's up. My final word is first of all, I want to say, Pope, thanks for giving me that Apple Watch. Appreciate it. But I'm also gonna say y'all kicking my ass.
Pope gave you the Apple Watch?
Yo, you gotta understand. Cam gave me the hookup so I could get the new joint.
Yeah.
So I sent them my old joint, yo.
So he gave me the Apple Watch, right? And I started getting on I got on the ring challenge. But I gotta say, I gotta give it up to you and Dwayne for kicking my ass on it. Every day y'all closing rings. I barely closed the standing challenge, bro. like I be like, what is y'all doing? Man, Pope one time did a challenge and I swear it looked like ballet. And I was like, Pope, what is you doing?
I think yoga, y'all niggas giving me shit, yo. I don't know.
Nah, that shit looked like a pirouette, bro. I was like, this fool did not close a ring doing pirouettes.
Yo, Cam, it was like 2 minutes left. Pope was like, yo, I'm about to do some yoga real quick. Close this ring out, yo.
I had to text him like, what is you doing? What are you doing in 2 minutes that you close that ring? I was like, this bullshit. You giving it to your kid and letting him run around the house.
I'm not going front. In February, nigga, I was on my shit, yo. That whole month, I was doing everything. I told Dwayne, I was like, I woke up, I did some shit, and I looked at the clock. It was like fucking 8 minutes left, and I had like some shit to get. I was like, yo, I gotta do something, yo. Did the jumping jacks, yo. Doing fucking all type of shit, yo. And, yo, I was just making sure I hit them shit, bro.
So no, what I want to say is like, that's cool. Like the physical challenge, it motivates me because before COVID, I was always on y'all about the health and working out and whatnot, eating right. And COVID has kind of put a monkey wrench in my plan, but I'm using the ring challenge as a way to stay at least somewhat active because I'm running around the house, doing my dad thing and working and whatnot. But then when I do go skate, I turn it on. Y'all keep me motivated. So I appreciate y'all for keeping me up. But y'all like molly-whopping me in the ring challenge. Like I barely closed rings, like all three of them. It's like every 7 days. So shout out to y'all.
I'll be like, yo, did Cam watch die? Is this watch dead?
was like 8%. It's 11:30.
Yo, hey?
Yeah. Sometimes I don't have it on though. You know me.
That's the problem.
Yeah,
Just leave it on all day. I don't sleep with my shit on. I leave it on when I wake up. I put it on, and then before I go to sleep, I take it off the charger.
And I work for the fruit company, so sometimes I get tired of seeing my own product on me. I'll be like, man, get this shit off me.
I hear you.
Go ahead, Dwayne. I thought you kind of get up final word, but go ahead.
My final words is kind of piggybacking off of what you said in terms of fitness. Like everybody wants that crossover PlayStation, Xbox to play people in different games. They want Marvel and Fox to join up to make movies. I want Apple Watch and Fitbit to combine. I need my friends on Fitbit to join in these challenges. So Fitbit, Apple, come together. Let's make this happen, yo. I want to challenge people who have a Fitbit. Griff got a Fitbit. I think Cam got a Fitbit. The other Cam. I want to see what they doing, yo. I want to see what numbers they put in. Yo, if you don't get that cute motherfucker off the screen, I want to see what numbers these guys are putting up, yo. I need Apple and Fitbit to come together somehow. That's my final word.
I used to have a Fitbit, and
me too. We was competing on Fitbit. It was me, you, Griff, and Cam.
Yeah,
y'all had me walking around my apartment like, oh shit, I got 2 hours left. Yo.
The Fitbit OS was the main reason why I even kept it, yo. You know, because of the friends list, because I could see what I was doing, and I was like, yo, how is Griff got 400 million fucking steps in one day, yo? But then I forget, niggas a bartender. Smacking niggas and throwing people out that fucking bar all day, yo. So he's always moving. But it was like that, seeing that what other people were doing was getting me motivated to do more to try to keep up. Because, you know, I'm competitive for no reason, even when I can't always compete.
Yo, like today, I'm like, yo, I gotta run. I gotta kill it today, yo. I was like, fuck it. I'm gonna run 6 miles, yo.
Yo, I'm so embarrassed. I bought gloves for when I hit the pull-up bar and a jump rope. So I'm back.
Hell yeah. Get that jump rope in, yo. The jump rope's good money, yo.
Yeah. No, I said it's embarrassing. I'm not keeping up with y'all, Pope.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no. I started buying some stuff, so I'm get back on it because y'all running laps on me. I'm like, damn. Anyway, that has been another episode of the Table of Truth, and we are out. Peace.